the Warriors are out to do battle, and first and foremost against Kenya at the Peter Mokaba Stadium in Polokwane in South Africa. Fantastic venue, first and foremost, to pick, because we've got Zimbabweans who can travel to Polokwane. We've got Zimbabweans in Polokwane. All of them can come out and give us exactly what we need, which is a home atmosphere that will intimidate Kenya.
Yeah, it's kind of tricky considering the fact that Kenya, we last beat Kenya in 1985. If we are to go by history, this fixture doesn't favor us at all. Because the last time we played them, it was a new draw. I remember I was sitting there when we traveled to, it was in Uganda then. And I said we're not going to win those two matches. At least the best we can do is a draw. But now after that fantastic performance against Namibia, those back-to-back fixtures, and that draw against Kenya and Cameroon, we actually saw that as the Warriors were improving in many areas, and now we are targeting the 2025 AFCON. So in as much as it is not easy, it's achievable. Why? Because we might be away from home, but South Africa is our home. There are a lot of Zimbabweans there. Because that was my biggest why. At first it was about the issue. When we were going out, remember, we went to Uganda. Why? Because we had no ground. Because our stadiums are still banned. When there we played against Kenya and we played against Cameroon in the same venue. And then we also did the same when we went for the World Cup qualifiers in South Africa. We played Lesotho in South Africa, we were the home team, and we played the South Africa game. And we also did the same at the last time when we played Namibia. So I was afraid that if we were going to use the same criteria, it meant that we were going to play Kenya in Cameroon, because the following week we will be playing Cameroon. So that was my biggest cry. And well, I don't know if they heard it or they were also thinking about it. Now they put it in South Africa, where we can get the most wanted support, because what we need against Kenya is to avoid defeat. If it's a draw, we are through. If we win, we are through. We just need to avoid defeat by all means. So it is achievable, considering the fact that there are many Zimbabweans in South Africa. After all, you can go now, you can reach there, find a place to stay, and by Friday we'll be in the stadium.
Most definitely, whether by bus, well, I'm not so sure by foot, but definitely by bus or any shika which is going towards Joburg, you can be able to go out there and support. But there have been a number of team changes as well that have taken place as well. That is the likes of Tino Kadewere. He's pulled out. It is reported as a result of injury. We won't talk about all the other things that are being said around Tino Kadewere. But anyway, Tino Kadewere pulls out because of injury. Lynoth Chikuhwa, finally, in my view, being rewarded for being the top goal scorer, the current top goal scorer in the PSL, which has got one game to go, 16 goals within the league. I think he's had a pretty good season.
Yes, indeed. It's good to have him in the national team, but I'm still thinking, I was thinking on my way here, that what if the other top goal scorer, the other guy, the number 2, that is William Manondo, what if he had scored 4 or 3 against Chibut Pirates, and maybe he was going to be the top goal scorer? Who was going to be chosen? Was it Lynoth or was it going to be Manondo? Because of the top goal scorer. I don't know the criteria they used, but I'm sure it is that one, and that he is the top goal scorer. Because the last time we went there, no top goal scorer, it was actually Kama Billiard. Was we all know what Kama can do, but in terms of those two, Manondo and Lynoth, they were playing well, they were scoring, they were bringing goals here. It was high time that one of them was going to be chosen. Yes, it's good that we also have time on Machope. He was chosen. Why? Because he
was there and thereabouts as well in terms of goals.
Yes, but I wouldn't know about about Mapfumo. Well, he's still struggling to score, but it's good to have him in the national team. Maybe he can actually redeem himself by scoring the much needed goal.
So is it systems? Is it inability to position oneself well? We are struggling to score, and I think this is a question we've asked before. Why are we struggling to score I think as the Warriors, yes, we scored 3 goals against Namibia, which was a good sign that maybe goals are now coming out of the woodwork. But why do we struggle to score? Because in terms of chances, I think we do create enough chances at Warriors level.
So I think it's about the system, maybe, because we have strikers there. But Prince Due, I think he is the last striker to score a goal for the Warriors, because the other goals were scored by midfielders, Musona and then Kamabiliad. But I think it's about the system and the kind of football. Maybe I are still adjusting to what people are now calling niche football, which I wouldn't know what
Niche goal.
So I think that's the main reason why. Maybe it's because of the lack of supply in the midfield. We need to find the more creative midfielder. We have Kama is doing 1 or 2 things, but I think these 2 games against Kenya and Cameroon, we have to redeem ourselves by scoring, because if we fail to, let's say we drew against Kenya, then we qualify and we go to the AFCON like this,
we'll just exit the group stage just like every other year.
Exactly. So we need to find exactly what is happening. I'm sure Michael Nice has been doing his homework in terms of what needs to be done for us to have more goals.
Oh yeah, well, generally we are hoping that the Warriors can win. What is your prediction before we move away from this one?
I think a 1-1.
A 1-1.
1-1, yes.
1-1
draw against Kenya. And against Cameroon, it's in your own day. That one is tricky, but well, even if we lose, we'll already be through. So I think against Kenya, 1-1, and against Cameroon, we're going to lose 1-0.
1-0.
Yes.
Yeah, well, all right. My thinking, I think we can win 2-1 against Kenya, and then I don't think Cameroon is playing well enough, and they somewhat struggled with us in Uganda, where you would have expected them to have blown us apart. And I think the boys would take some form of confidence. But as you said, this is now in Yaoundé, and yeah, they'll have massive support there. So maybe, in my view, if they do very well, maybe a 0-0 draw. But yeah, I think I would agree with you. If they are to lose, maybe by just a 0-0, and then it would end like that. But we would also love to hear your thoughts and your comments around who you think is going to ultimately win that particular one.